What's up guys, this is Gul Muhammad. Today we are going to learn about Laravel, Inertia and VueJs all in one application. We will use Inertia to bind the Laravel and VueJs. We will use Tailwind CSS for our view, and we will use the plugin tables and the steppers from Flowbyte. Okay. Second thing, we will use Laravel Breeze starter kit for our scaffolding. Okay, our application last result or output will be like this. We will have pizza orders. The user will have the ability to change it, and the client or the person who has ordered the pizza will see his pizza status here, and this will get updated in the real time. Okay, and you can see all these things. So let's move to our VS Code. Before that, let me stop the previous application which I have shown you. Okay, that is stop. Okay, so let's move to our VS Code for creating Laravel project here. Okay, we are creating Laravel project here, and let's close this one. We will use Laravel Breeze starter kit for auth scaffolding. Okay, so let's move to the VS Code, and it's still getting installation. So Laravel is installed successfully. Let's install the Breeze starter kit. After that, we have to run this step. Oh, it's installing and getting some time. Okay, the installation is successful. Now let's run the Breeze install. I'm going to use view with inertia option. Okay, and would you like to any optional features? Dark mode, this none. I like PHP unit, so I will select the 0 option. After that, we have to run the migrations. Okay, Breeze scaffolding installed successfully. Now let's run the migrations. Sorry, I have forgot to change the name of DB in env file. Let's open it. Env, not this one, env. Okay, and what was the name of my database? It was pizza tracker. Okay, pizza tracker. So we are going to run the migrations again. Okay, next step is npm install. Okay, our next step is npm run dev. Okay, now we have to run our application using artisan command. This php artisan serve. Okay, so let's check the front end of our application. Let's register a user here. I will register myself as admin. for user, whatever we can say right now. My name is Muhammad. Let's enter a password and it's register. Okay, what is next step? We will add a menu here for the pizza orders, which we will be getting from the front end, and here all orders will be displayed uh, in that menu. Okay, so first of all, let's uh, create a pizza model with its migrations. Okay, then make model pizza with migration. Okay, we will create a factory for it as well. And its name will be pizza factory. Okay, and our model name is pizza. Sorry guys, it's pizza. So our model is created and our factory is ready to use. So let's move to the model. First of all, I think we should create and work on the migrations. So this is our migration for pizza. We are going to add, as every pizza will belong to a user, so we should add a foreign key here. User ID, references ID on users table on delete cascade. Okay, so this is the foreign ID of the user. Then what else we need in our pizza model? Our pizza will have a size and it will be string. Okay, size. After size, we should have a crust column and it will be as well a string column. Okay, and next we will have toppings for the pizza. I'm sorry, it will be a JSON column. Its name will be toppings. Okay, it will be nullable as well. After that, we will have a status column. And we are good here. Okay, we have created the migration and let's work on the pizza model. Okay, in pizza model we will have few relationship for the user, and this will be public function user and this is a belongs to relationship. Return user in the class. Okay, so every pizza belongs to a user. This part is done. We will move to the factories. Okay, in pizza factory. Okay, what we are going to do in pizza factory, we will create all the pizza model related things here. So it will have an id, and id, let's create a random id for it between this number and this number. Okay, one more. After that we will have user id, which was the foreign id in this table. Okay, user id, let's create 1 to 10 random users ids here. Then we will have size, and for the size we will pass some entries in array: small, medium, next will be large, and final one will be extra large. Okay, extra large, and we will create it using our random function 0 to 3. That's for the size, and then we will have crust, and for the crust we will have no, I think we should first enter the status entries, and for the status we will have few statuses. Let me copy paste those instead of typing all those here. Okay, these will be the statuses, and then we will have our toppings, which was an array. So it was a JSON column. Okay, we will be passing all those entries here from the toppings, which is still not defined, and we will work on it. Okay, let's move to the top area here, and here we will define the toppings. First of all, we will have a topping list, and that is an array. Let me copy paste those entries here. Okay, these will be the entries. Okay, and after that we have to create toppings count variable, and it will be a random entry between 1 and 4. To select random entries between 1 and 4, okay, we will initialize an empty array. After that we will use for loop, toppings count. Okay, and after that we will, sorry, here we have to use semicolon. After that we have to increment the i's value. Here we will assign toppings to the empty array from topping list. Okay, topping list, and we will say select randomly between 0 and 9. Okay, that's part done. So after that we will get the unique array toppings array from the above one. Okay, array unique toppings. I think we are good to go. Let's run the migrations again, because we have created a pizza table. PHP artisan migrate fresh, and we will first let's migrate fresh. Okay, now let's seed the database. PHP artisan db seed, and we are done. Okay, but let's check our database first, what we have got there. In pizza tracker application, okay, in pizzas we don't have anything, because we just created the migration and run. We have not called our factory in database seeder. Okay, so let's move to our seeder. Here we will do all the seeding for our users and pizzas. Okay, so first of all let's create few users. User factory, let's create 10 user, and we will create it. Okay, and then pizza factory, let's say 20, create. Okay, so let's run the seed again, and we got an error here, and the error says array to string conversion. I see, it's because here we have to cast the JSON column which we created for the toppings. Okay, so we will say like first of all let's empty the guarded array. Protected guarded, it's guarded and it's an empty array, so we are hiding nothing. And then we will say to cast it. Okay, and we are going to cast the toppings to array. Okay, this is done. Now let's run it one more time, and it's still saying array to string conversion. Let's match the names. It was toppings here, and it's toppings here as well. Then after that, we I think it should run now. Let's check again. Okay guys, I have missed the word s here. It's casts. Let's run one more time, and it's still not working. And it's saying array to string conversion. Mhm. Let me check one more. Okay guys, so upon checking, I think we have missed one column here, and this was crust column. But I think we will again get the issue. Yes, we are still getting the issue. Okay guys, so let's check our factory if there is anything wrong. uh, it was a comma here, so let's run the db seed command again. Okay, it's seeded, so here are our records. Okay, db is seeded. But guys, one thing which I have noted here, you can see that in the JSON column where we are storing the toppings, here are key value pairs which we don't want. Some of columns are getting correct records, while some have issues. So we have to tackle with this. So let's move back to our VS code. Here we are getting unique toppings from this array, so let's correct it by using another function of PHP here. I think it's known as array underscore values. Here we have to wrap it here, array underscore values, and yeah, in this way. So db seed, let's do the migration again. php artisan migrate fresh. Let's do the seeding as well. So let's check our records. Let's refresh it. I think we should have now correct records without any key value pairs. Yes, you can see that we don't have any key value pairs now. Okay, so factory is seeded correctly. Now we have to display all those records on the front end. So let's move to the VS code. First of all, we have to write a route for it. So we will add a route here to show the all pizza or orders here. Okay, uh, let's write here we will name it uh, like something like orders. I think that will be correct. What do you suggest for it? I think orders will be okay. Out, get orders, okay, and we are going to use a new controller for it. Its name will be pizza controller. Let's create it first. What is wrong? Okay, let's first comment it. Then we will create our controller. Controller is created. Let's complete this route. Pizza controller, okay, and we will make function with the name of index there, okay, and let's name it orders, okay. So here we will display all the orders of the pizza. Let's go to the pizza controller. We will write our logic for displaying the pizza orders there, okay. So get all orders, display to the admin, okay. We'll give a response or leave it. Then that all pizzas pizza all, okay. We are using eloquent query here to get all the pizzas. Then we are going to pass it to the view using inertia. Return inertia render, and in render first argument will be for the component where we will display all the orders. So let's name it pizza, and inside pizza folder it will be all component. And then after it we will pass the above records, all pizzas in this way, and we are here. After that, let's first check these by dt. Let's move to the front end. Unexpected identifier route. What is wrong there? Get orders, and after that we have pizza controller index, and then we have its name. Let's check one more time. Yeah, so first of all we will register a new user here. Okay, we are logged in, so let's go to the orders, and we are getting all our orders. Okay, so we have to make a page now where we will display all orders. Okay, so let's move to the component area. Here all components, and then we have pages. We will copy, I think, this part. Yes, we will copy and paste it. Let's rename it. We will call it pizzas. Okay, VS Code, please don't take too much time in just creating a folder or just renaming a folder. Okay, so pizza folder or page is created by copying this folder, and inside it we will have let's first create page for displaying all the records here in edit.view. Let's rename it by calling it all.view. All.view. Okay, so here we will first accept a prop from the backend, and let's create that prop here, and we will call it as all pizzas. Okay, all pizzas, and its type will be array, and it will be a required prop. So we are done. Now let's check this page on the front end. If we move to orders first, let's comment out the dd from the controller. It was here. Let's check on the front end. I think we are not successfully moving to that page. Page not found. Pages pizza all dot view. Okay, we are unable to find that page. It's basically pizzas. It's pizzas. Okay, let's check one time more. Array is not defined. uncounted promise array is not defined. So we are sending this to pizzas all, okay. In all.view, I think this name is not correct. It's basically, let's check again. Type array required true. So let's verify this from the pizza controller. It's triple Z here. My mistake. Okay. all pizza. Yeah, it should be double Z. Okay. So let's refresh the page, and still we are not getting our array. All pizza, pizzas, all. So yes, I think we have to use inertia response here. Response, it will be inertia response. Okay, let's check one more time. It's not working, still not working. Okay, here a should be capital, array type. Okay, let's check now. So we are getting all arrays here. Let's display those arrays in the component. All pizzas. Let's check now. Yeah, we are getting all the pizzas here. So behind the scenes, I'm going to get a Tailwind form from Flowbyte, from this area, to shorten the video, as it will be a very big video. So to make it short, I'm going to set the view behind the scene. Okay, so behind the scene I have added this table from Flowbyte as a Tailwind table. I have used this v if condition. If we have props and its name is all pizza, then display all this table. We have these headings for our table. At last we have an action. Okay, we then go for v4 by using VueJs v4 pizza in props all pizzas. Okay, we have used v4 and key for it is the pizza.id. Okay, then after that we are looping over all the pizzas with their name and their all related records. Okay, so let's move it and let's check it at the front end. At the end we have used, if we don't have any pizzas from the backend, then no orders found should be displayed. Okay, so we are getting a toppings in this way. Let's first correct it. We will use the joins here for correcting it. Then after that we will work on the edit button to change the records. Okay, so let's use the join by comma. Okay, joined by a comma. It should be in this way. Yeah, it's working. The second thing which I would like to tell you, that the user ID, instead of displaying here the user ID, I am going to display the chef name, because every pizza order will belong to a chef who will be making or baking it. So let's move to our model. Here we will get the chef name who is working on the current order. Okay, so let's make a relation. Let's write a function for it to get the chef who is working on it. Will be a string. Return this user name. Okay, and after that we will use append protected appends for pending so what we are appending, we are appending the chef. That's it. So let's check now. Yes, we are getting the chef name now. Okay, but one thing, let me tell you, which is important to understand, that at the all component, if we try to display all pizzas here, we will see a user object as well. This is the record of all pizza created at, and then after it we will get a user object. You can see it here, user details. So we don't need it, we have to hide it, or we have to find a way to hide it from the front end. So we will hide the user from the front end. Okay, let's do it by protected hidden. And we are going to hide user, and let's hide the user ID as well. Let's check at front end. So we are not getting, we will not get any user, I think, right now. Yes, user is gone from here. Okay, let's move to the all view. Let's remove it. So we are getting the correct result: order number, chef, size, crust, topping, status. Now we will work on the edit button, and here we will display the menu for pizza orders as well. So guys, let's move to the VS Code. We will do it in authenticated layout. Let's go to the authenticated layout. Here is our logo. Here is the dashboard navigation. Let's copy it. Its name will be orders. Its route is orders. We named it orders, okay, and we will say orders here as well. Let's check the front end. Yes, we got our menu here. So this is the dashboard. Why it's not switching? Yeah, dashboard, orders, orders, orders. For orders, we have to correct it. Let's refresh it hot refresh. Yes, and we are good to go further. So let's move to the edit part. Let's close it. In all view component, we have added the edit button here. Okay. At click, I will call an edit pizza function, and I have passed the pizza here. Okay. So let's create edit pizza function there, which will deal with the edit button. First of all, we will need some constants, view ref constants to make the reactivity. Okay, like we will have current pizza ID, current pizza ID, and it will be a ref, and its default value will be null. Okay, after that we will have another constant for edited pizza status. Edited pizza status, and by default it will be null as well. Okay, then we are going to write the edit pizza function. So constant edit pizza, and we will pass the pizza to it, the pizza which we are going to edit. Okay, and here will be equal, and here we will have this sign. Inside this, when the edit pizza is clicked, we want to open a model where user will change, or admin will change the status for the pizza. So we need edit pizza model as well. Pizza model, and by default it will be false. Okay, so now let's come back to the edit pizza function. Here when this function is called, we will set the edit pizza model value to true. Okay, after that we need the edited pizza value as well. I mean, we will pass the pizza which we are going to edit. So we will need a constant for it as well. So let's define it, edited pizza. Okay, and it will be null by default. So when edit pizza function is called, it will set the edit pizza model value to true, and edited pizza dot value will be equal to pizza which we are passing to this function. Okay, after that we need the edited pizza status, edited pizza status, and its value will be the passing pizza status. Okay, after that we need the current pizza id, this one. Okay, so let's change it. Current pizza id dot value is equal to pizza dot id. Okay, this part is done. So we need our model now, where we will display the form for editing the pizza. So we will use the built-in template which we already have in our components. It's here. Okay, so it needs these props like show, which is of type boolean, either true or false, maximum width, and closable type. So we will use this component to show the model to edit the status of pizza. So let's use it. Model, we will pass the show prop to it, and it's edit pizza model. It will depend on the edit pizza model prop, and for to get it close, we will call a function close model. We will write it so. Okay, so this is the component we are going to use for showing the model. So behind the scenes I'm going to set few things in this model to make the video further short. Okay, so behind the scenes I have completed the model for editing the pizza model. So what I have done, I have used this h tag for it. I have used this form. Inside the form I have used drop down component, which is here, and inside a drop component we have these slots, and we have this slot. Okay, so slots are basically VueJs functionality where we can embed anything in a component. So the drop down components needs width, and I am passing width from here, and then we are going to use the trigger area of drop down component. Let me show you trigger. This is the trigger area. Okay, so whenever we want to change or embed anything in a Vue.js a slot, we use the named slots in that area. So we are going to use the trigger named slot. We use template for it, and inside that we have used a label for visa status, which will be change status. Inside that we have used select to show the drop downs, and we have uh, binded it with the edited visa status constant, which is a reactive property, and we have defined it at the top. Then we loop over in this on the status options, which I will just paste there, and we are displaying that status here. And then we have a text input, which is of type hidden, to get the current visa ID. So let's move to the top and paste those constant status options here, on which we have looped over. Okay, after that we have used a closed model on the model. We will write this function at the top when the model is closed. Okay, so constant close model equals to, and we will say edit visa model value equals to false. After, let's check our front end. Reference error ref is not defined. We have to import it. We are not going to use any of these, so I have to remove these from the view. Let's first add the ref from view. In this way, import ref from view. Okay, then we have used the drop down and model component from our components area. So we will say drop down from the components slash drop down view. This is our drop down component. The second one was model, so let's copy it. Let's change the name to model. By this way we can use the components in Vue.js model.vue, and we have used a secondary button at the bottom as well. This is the secondary button, so we will import it as well. So let's copy it one more time, and we have used text input as well from the components. We will paste it 2 times, This one is secondary button, and it's secondary button, and this one was text input, which we have used in the model form area. Okay, I'm just importing all those components. It's called as text input. So update password form, we don't need it, so I'm going to remove it. We don't need this part as well, so I have removed it. So let's check the front end. Fail to resolve components drop down means from view. Mm, I think there is something wrong. Uh, yes, here we will have this components components drop down components, then is one. What is wrong with this one? Compo, but it's still filling. Yes, I think this should be capital. Yeah. So components, and this one as well. Let's check the front end, and we are failed again. So text input have some problem, and it's the forward slash. Okay, I think it should be good now. Failed to fetch dynamically imported module. So we have to look at the what is the error. Basically, uncaught and promise failed to fetch dynamically imported module. So we have to use the inertia JS head as well at the top to resolve this issue. But we have imported it, so at our end the path is wrong. That's why it's unable to find the components. So it is AL, and this one is secondary. Spelling mistakes. I think ref we have not used ref, so we are going to remove it. Let's check the front end now. Reference error, ref is not defined. We have to import the ref as well. So ref, we have used ref here, okay, for making these variables or these constants reactive. Okay, so import ref from view. So let's check the front end now, and we are good to go. So let's check the edit button. Yes, it's working perfectly. We are getting the drop down, we are getting the model, Okay, so after it, let's move to the pizzas folder. We have partials, and we are going to use we sorry guys, we are going to use this partial to for updating the values of the farm. Okay, so basically we have to rename it, like what name will be okay for that thing? Update pizza status form, I think it will be good. Okay, we will rename it update pizza status form. Pizza status form. Okay, update password, update delete user form, we don't need this one. Okay, and we as well, this one is as well not needed. Let's remove it. Let's remove this one as well. So I have deleted all those partials which we don't need, but I forgot that we have used the model component for editing, so we are not going to use a simple form. So we will ignore this part. We are not going to use this. So I think we will delete this later on. We are going the we are going to use the form submission process all in all.view component, because we have used the model here, which we will update here in the parent component. Okay, so at the end, when the update button is clicked here, we will send this form for updating the values of current status of the pizza. So let's do it at the bottom. On this update button, on the click, we are going to call this update pizza on the click. So let's create update pizza function here, and we will write all the logic on that area for updating the record for pizza. Okay, so it will be constant update pizza, and we will pass the status to it, and after that we will write all the logic here. Sorry, it will be equal to, and then first of all we will use the batch function for it, and above it we will write constant form, and our form will use the inertia use form method to get all the entries of the form, and it was pizza underscore status. Okay, the name of that field, and it is pizza underscore status, and by default it will be empty. So we are done here. So let's move to the update pizza function. Here we will use the patch route to update the pizza status. So form dot patch patch inside patch we will use the route for it. We currently don't have that route, we will define it later on. Okay, so our route name will be pizza dot update. Yes, pizza dot update, and we will pass a few things to it, like we will need the pizza id and pizza status. Okay, we are going to pass pizza to it, and it will be current pizza id and current pizza id value. After that we will send the status as well, and status will be edited pizza status dot value. We are getting the reactive property here from VueJs. After that, let's continue it. We will use a few functionalities from Inertia, like after submitting the form, don't lose the scroller area. So preserve scroll and spelling will be true. After that, on success we need to reset the form and close the model. And close the model. Let's do some refactoring. It will be close model, which is this function. Okay, so we are sending a patch request to this route. So let's define that route here, and we will use Laravel route model binding for it, for updating the records. Okay, so let's write that route patch it will order update, and we will pass the id of the pizza, and after that our controller will be the same one, pizza controller, and it will have a function, and we will call it update, and its name will be pizza dot update, pizza dot update. Okay, so let's move to the controller. Here we will write the function for updating the pizza record. Okay, so let's write that function function update, and we will pass the pizza here as we are using the route model binding here. Pizza, okay, and we will get the request object as well. It will return nothing. After that, we will upgrade the pizza directly. In this way, it will be request, okay. So here we are updating our pizza in this way. So what is wrong again? I think I have not used semicolon. Order update pizza. What is wrong here? Target profile. Bad batch. These are conflicting. So there is orders pizza controller update name. It's fine. And let's check our controller. Yes, we have not used the semicolons here. Yes, and it's working. So let's update the status of pizza from here. Let's change it to order, and it's not working. From is not defined. Let's move to the form, and here it's form. This was a little bit mistake, and on update pizza, why we are not passing it. Okay, so let's check again one more time. Ordered pizza parameter is required for route pizza dot update. So we need to pass the pizza parameter to the update route, and we are passing it, right? Form.batch route pizza, and then pizza head, and then status pizza dot update. Yes, we have to pass this status. So I think the mistake is here in this area. Let's correct it. We don't have to close it here, and then after that okay, so I think now it must be updated because we are passing the object. Yes, it's prepping now, and it's packing. Yes, it's changing. Okay, but the form is not getting close. Yeah, it's a function. Let's check now. Yeah, it's get closed, backing to checking. Yeah, prepping. Yes, it's working. Let's show a success message here. For that we will use the transition effect from deleted page, from the delete page which is already there. I think it was in the profile, and it was here, the transition effect. Delete user from the transition. Mhm. It was somewhere, yeah, this one. So let's copy this, let's close it. On all view component at the top of the table we will display that transition. Okay, so they have used form dot recently successful, which is from Inertia, so we will as well use that. Teaser status updated successfully. Let's try it. Backing, yeah, pizza status updated successfully, and the message is disappeared after a few seconds. So now we have to make a page for the front end where user will enter his order number and he will track all his pizzas. I have used Flowbyte Stapper uh, for showing all the pizzas statuses to the user. And let me show you that stepper here. Stepper Tailwind CSS step, and not this one, default stepper. No, it's not default detail. Vertical, yeah, this one. I have used this one. Okay, so behind the scene I'm going to use it, edit it, and turn it according to my needs. Okay, so before going to that part, let's define a controller for showing that page. So let's write design make controller, and its name will be public the controller. Okay, let's move to our routes, and we don't need authentication for that. Okay, so we are going to define that route here, and it will be a get route and order, and we will get orders and pizza ID for it using route model binding again. Pizza, okay, and after that we will write controller here, public pizza controller, and it will have a show method, let's name it public pizza.show. Okay, let's move to that controller, and in that controller we will define the show method. Okay, public function show pizza object pizza, and it will be again inertia response. This one. After that, yeah, okay. It's red because we have not return statement yet. Inertia, inertia random, and here the name first argument will be the component where we will show all these values. So it will be inside pizzas folder, and inside it we will have a show component, and then we will pass the values to it. Sorry, in this way. Here we will pass pizza, okay. So now I'm going to define a view, a show component to show the details of pizza in this section. Okay, so we will write, we'll copy it, and we will paste it here, and we will name it show.view. So behind the scene, I'm going to change the look and feel using all the things from Flowbyte. So we are moving this and passing this variable to the show component, and at the show component we are accepting it as a prop of type object, and it's required true. So I have passed the order number as a prop here from this pizza props dot pizza, this pizza, and then the ID. Okay, I have done this part at the backend behind the scenes, and then I have passed these dynamic classes. I have binded these classes using VueJS. Okay, if we have these current status from our props, and then we have these statuses. Okay, and then we are getting the current index statuses from this statuses index of current status, and we are then passing this to this ref. Okay, so here we have used that stepper from Flowbyte. Inside that, on the li, I have used v4 status index in statuses. We have loop over it, and then applied these classes. If the index is less than current index, then apply this class having text green. If it's equal to I mean, if the chef is working on it and it's the current index, then apply these CSS. and if it's greater than current index, then apply these classes. After that, we are displaying the status here, and we are applying few uh, if conditions. If the index is less than the current index, then they display this svg icon. V else, if index is equal to current index and the status is not equal to ready, then apply this svg icon. The last one is if status is ready, the status is equal to ready, and the current status from the props is as well ready, then apply this svg icon. Okay, then at the bottom I have got some values from the props, like chef name and the status, and converted it to uppercase. And then when last time it was updated, but we have not defined the last updated in the pizza model, so let's define it here. Okay, in our pizza model, it will be public function get last updated attribute and it will be a string updated at, and we should convert it to human readable format. Different diff for human. Okay, and why it's complaining about it? Return what is wrong. Okay, and then we will pass this in the appends. Okay, so it will be last updated. This last updated came from here. This last updated. Okay, and here it converted to this. So we are going to the uh, order route, which we defined here, and we are passing the pizza or order number here. So let's check it. Let's correct this. What is the return this public function activities of this this one is pass diff for humans. So it's attribute. Okay, yeah, here is the order number of pizza which we are trying to track, and here are these are the steps which have been completed, and these steps are remaining there. So let's update For this one, 1129. Okay, from backing to checking, it should be updated. I think no, we have not implemented that yet, so let's move to that part. We will use the watch effect from Vue.js to update the current status at runtime to show the user what is the status of his order right now. Okay, so let's start from here. It will be watch effect, and we will import the watch effect here. Okay, watch effect. In watch effect, we will write set interval and in interval we will call the router dot reload from inertia. Okay, and we need only pizza part, only the pizza part, not anything else. So that when we get the updated pizza, then we will set the current status value to pizza props dot pizza dot status. Okay, we are setting the current status to the status of pizza props, which we are again reloading. Okay, and then we will set the current index dot status, current index dot value to statuses. This status is okay, statuses index of current status. Okay, current status dot value, and we will pass 15,000 to 5 seconds. Okay, so this is done. We have watch effect, but boy, it's small w, right? WAT, watch effect. Watch effect. Okay, Vue.js is very sensitive in all these matters. So let's move to the front end now to check the pizza status, and we have got a lot of mistakes. So these are the 3 steps are completed, and current step is checking. Okay, so let's update it. from checking to prepping, and open the network tab. Yeah, it's moved to checking, and this is the chef started prepping it 9 seconds ago. If we change it again to ordered, it will be moved to ordered. Ordered. Let's wait for the second watch effect. Yeah, it's moved to the ordered, and all these steps are remaining. So what we are getting in order is pizza ID, chef name, crust, last updated. We appended last updated, so it's here. Chef was appended as well. These are the arrays of toppings. So guys, in this way we are at the end. We have used watch effect from Vue.js to track the status of order after every 5 seconds. uh, this is okay for such small applications, but for normal such things, we use WebSockets in Laravel to track the status of such kind of things. But for small applications, it's proper, it's valid, and it's working. So guys, I hope you would like this video and will share it and support my channel. I am trying my level best to deliver my knowledge to the people, so they can learn from me and I can learn from them. So please watch it, and please share it and subscribe to my channel. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.